The magazine's been going about 4 years. It actually came out of the dance party boom. It was originally a vehicle to really just to tell people about dance parties and the culture that had grown up around that. The people who are involved now, including myself, got involved about 2 years ago with issue 5. What really made that issue happen was a Mike Moore interview, and I think that really established us as something different. You know, we had fashion and politics in the same magazine, which surprised people. It shouldn't. It happens all over the world. The magazine's covered a lot of different things. We've covered more and more music in the magazine. Film we've always been interested in, particularly behind-the-scenes stories. Covered books, and fashion's really important too. You know, we always try and cover the positive aspects of Māori culture. We were accused of being politically correct because we had brown faces in the magazine and on the covers, and it wasn't a matter of that. It was just purely that these people were around us. And it's the same with gay issues. That's why we've covered those, because those people are part of our inner city community. The other thing we wanted to do was make it as good as possible, you know. The last one was interesting because, you know, it kicked ass. You know, it annoyed people even, but it's good that someone's doing that. You know, if not, you just descend into fogey culture.
Stamp Magazine today is like a completely different magazine to what it was. In late '89, Jonathan King and Mark Webster launched the magazine as a vehicle for local bands which weren't being covered by, I guess, the mainstream media back then. Maybe 3 years ago we made a conscious decision to move locations and move into the inner city and become an inner city magazine, reflecting the culture within the city, what people are wearing, what people listen to, what people actually do in central Auckland. Now it's changed somewhat, where we have more of an editorial crew which concentrates on features, plus people who specialise in film and art, etc. We see quite a comprehensive review section. I think it's important for local bands and plays to be reviewed, to be covered. I think cafe culture is part of inner city life. Just recently we've added in sort of a lifestyle section, I guess, in terms of food and wine. And also the cultural makeup of the city's changing. I think that has to be reflected in the magazine. I think the magazine is good at presenting issues without actually putting them in your face and going, this is an issue. It's more of a question of planting a seed and letting the seed grow and letting people or readers interpret for themselves.
Rip It Up started in 1977. We wanted to cover some areas we didn't think were covered well enough in papers, music papers in New Zealand. We wanted to get into sort of more into Kiwi music, more into black music, and more into good basic rock and roll. We got a strong support from the local music community. I think we have helped to focus the New Zealand audience on some of the great talent that's around. And it's quite highly regarded overseas, mainly because of the big record review section. We try and, with Rip It Up, just not be purely music. We always try and cover the related sort of cultural areas, whether it be film or columns that are humorous. We try and inject a bit of humour into Rip It Up. I guess people at times have questioned our objectivity, but we've encouraged writers who have a real love of music and are possibly championing a particular style, or they're really pro Flying Nun, or they're really into some Kiwi music they feel strongly about. So I think we really aim for subjectivity maybe at times. We try and be fair, but I think you can only be truly objective when you're truly dead, you know. So.